So like, I'm totally confused. You're about to see a review of what I'm calling a Q8 Advanced, but turns out the original Q8 and the new Q8 are still the same Q8. They just have a different tethering app and apparently a different layout of the functions when you go through the watch. Other than that, they're the same size and they use a different tethering app. But the Q8 Advanced is the same size as the Q8 Professional, which is actually the Q8-9, and I imagine its screen and layout is a lot like this, only it uses the old app that the original Q8 does, and not the new app that the new Q9 does, which is really the Q8 Professional. Here's the review. Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. Wow, an exciting day. We're unboxing a new version of the Q8, the Q8 Advanced. This has been one of the hottest selling watches ever. It's been one of my favorites. Mrs. Ticks took it away from me a long time ago, and we're doubling down. You've heard that term a lot, right? Not only are we reviewing the Q8 Advanced, but at the same time, we're going to review the Q8 Advanced. Oh, they sent us two of them. This one's in silver. This one says pink, but I think it might be gold. Anyway, we're going to open them up and look at them both. We're also going to talk about a little bit, as far as I can figure out, what the difference is between the Q8 original, the Q8 Advanced that's in these boxes, and the Q8 Professional, which is actually now called the Q9. A little bit of confusion there. We're going to try to straighten that out. And it all comes to us from Rundoing. Exactly. Rundoing's Q8 Advanced 1.3-inch color screen fitness tracker is in here. And a really good price. Look at this. I'm not sure if that's still going on. If not, check the show notes for a discount on that price. Check them anyway. We'll have to click over to get you whatever best price we can. And using our links helps us to work with Rundoing to get in these fun watches for you to see. What's inside of the Advanced? I know we haven't even opened it yet. A 1.3-inch beautiful metal banded metal watch. You can get them with metal bands or leather bands. It's a basic fitness watch, does all your kind of stuff like heart rate, step count, and it does it very nicely. It's a 240 by 240 screen, and like I said, it's a beef up on the same original Q8. So let's open these boxes and see what they sent us. Aha, wrapped nicely. They're always great presentation boxes too, with the watch laying flat and wrapped up nicely. And wow, yeah, look at this. Okay, it is. It's pink. I thought it might be gold, but it's kind of a gold band or a rose gold and a pink watch. Awesome. We don't have that yet. I know this Mrs. Ticks is going to grab this one right after this review. Let's leave it here and show you that in this box along with it is the charger, which is a standard 2-pin magnetic coupled charger on here. And as we always do, we'll show you how strong it is. They're narrow set. I'm starting to learn the lesson about these. There's some that are wide and some that are narrow. So depending on the watch you get, I mean, not in this line, but just make sure if you have multiple watches, you get the right one aligned with the right watch. And this one needs to go this way, and not quite strong enough to hold the watch up, but pretty strong. It'll suck in there for you to charge it. Looks like there's a little green tab here for some reason wow, it just vibrated on my hand. Isn't even plugged in. I must have touched the button with my fingers and turned it on. What do we got? What do we got? Is it on? Yeah, look at that. It is on. Oh, isn't that sweet? That's the original display from the original Q8. Nice. We can take off the little cover and check out a little bit deeper is a manual inside of here. Okay, it's going to use the H band for tethering. That is probably the most significant difference that's making this one the advanced, because the H-band app is more sophisticated than the Hey-band app that was used in the original Q8. The H-band is what's used in the Q9 or Q8 Professional. User's manual. I'm going to run through it fairly quickly for you. It's all in text, just so you can freeze frame it and look at it in more detail. Here's advice on how to do the heart rate. It really is good if you can sit still and hold your arm at basically your heart level and do it from there. Here's the next pages. I'm not reading all this, and I'm not even sure if I'm giving it to you in order. It might be left to right, and we're going up and down. So sorry if it's not, but because it's all here, and it's YouTube, you can simply scroll to the section that you need to see and play it from there. Let's see, those two. Now we're up to here. Two. Wow, this is amazing. Are we in another language? Well, we just about are, aren't we? Here we go. Now we're starting a different language. So the manual itself is like a newspaper, and it's filled with lots of different manuals. So if you're practicing your translation or learning another language, you could use the manual for that. Okay, so that's this one, the pink version of the Q8 Advanced, but we're not done yet. We want to bring out the other one too. Looks like silver, doesn't it? There it is. Popping it out as well. I mean, really, they said, we're sending you two because we want everybody to see the the different colors. Wow. Look how shiny. Oh, I wish currency came like that. I haven't seen a nickel or a quarter that shiny ever. Beautiful. Okay. Front, this is the cover on this one. Wow, I think Mr. Tix is going to wear that one when Mrs. Tix goes out on the town with this one. Oh, this is going to be fun. We got to schedule a dinner date. Which way is up? I think this. I mean, you can't tell till you put it on. There, it just vibrated, and there we go. We've got our time. Yeah. They both got a little bit of charge in them, and the same thing is in the box. So I'm going to move right ahead with our review. So let's start out quickly by highlighting the physical differences that you can see. That's the original Q8. This particular one is in a blue metal casing with a blue leather band, and it looks like this. We just turned on the Q8 Advanced in silver and pink, and you'll notice the cases appear to be the same size, huh? They appear to be about the same thickness, right? They appear a little different on the back. We have a little more advanced change in the window here. We've got a green diode and a second window. Here we've got two things on the side, which I think is going to be our diodes when we're in there, and the sensor in the center. So there's a beef up in the heart rate sensor with the new Advanced. Oh, look, I just changed watch faces on that one. And then there's the Pro. And the Q8 Pro or Q9 is a much bigger overall watch face. This one's in gold. Where are the bands, you ask? Have you watched my review on the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active in gold? With gold bands? When it ships in pink leather, ugly things? That's where the band is. I'll tell you, one of the best things you could do, well, it's up to you, but you know, I think this is the same size here, so whichever one you want, you could use the bands off of these inexpensive watches and put it on a $200 Samsung thing and have a really nice dressy watch if you don't like those funky pink beige things they come with. Anyway, we're checking the size here, and this is significantly larger. The Pro, also known as the Q9, and yeah, it's a different functions, different stuff. But these use the same H-band tethering app, where this uses the older Hey band, making it the original Q8. You got with me now? Good. Let's set these guys aside and start in on this. When you tap the one button at the bottom after you've turned it on, you tap again to start going through what it records. It's got step count, distance traveled, kilometers, or calories burned. Then you get into a fitness section, sleep time, heart rate, blood pressure, and off. Okay, and we're back again. In contrast, what we had here from your time was heart rate, step count, calories burned, distance traveled, sleep time, blood pressure, a photo thing where you could take a selfie, which I think you can add on from the app from here. And what else? Anything else? Messages being pushed and the off function. So it looks like we got a few more things here, but it's probably because they've been set up through the Tethering app. And again, this is the Hey Band Tethering app on this one, different than this one. So can you add those other functions here? I don't know. We haven't gone into that level of detail. However, the review of the Hey Band, the H Band, I've got several reviews already up on that band, on that app, tethered with watches like these. So, in fact, I think I got one on this one. So we're going to skip that little section and make this a tighter video and refer you to those videos. I'll have links down below that'll take you right to the section of the video that reviews the H-band app itself, so you can see how all of that works. Today we're just basically going to go through the band itself and see what it does. So when you're in step count and you press and hold, nothing happens. Oh, look at that. It got a square around it. What does that mean? Does that lock the screen now so it's going to stay in the steps? Interesting. I don't think that happened before, and there it comes off. If I go to the kilometers, the distance travel, I press and hold it, nothing happens. It just fades out. If I go to the calories burned and I press and hold, nothing happens. Why am I being so crazy and doing this, you say? Well, because on this one, if you remember, we discovered a little surprise that if you were on the step count and pressed it, nothing happened. But if you were on the calories burned and pressed it, you got information about this watch. And coming out of that, on the kilometers, if you pressed it, you got a little game that you could play. And it's supposed to tilt and miss the boxes coming down, but I'm not getting it to do that. Anyway, we have a video up on this hidden Easter egg that's in here. So I just wanted to check and see if that Easter egg was over here or not, and that would have shown up under the distance one, which is here by pressing and holding. So it looks like, unfortunately, advanced is much more serious, and we don't have an Easter egg. If you find one, let me know, and I'll report on it. When you get here now, when you go into the what looks like a guy running, you start the tracking process, and this has got the similar kind of thing. It's a one event type thing. Wow, okay. And it's tracking your time versus steps versus heart rate versus calories burned. And yep, we have 2 green diodes, so your heart rate sensor is more advanced in the Q8 Advanced. I put my finger on it. Wow, it's already reading information. Unfortunately, it seems to flip back to the main screen and then off really quickly. Okay, there's how you cycle through it to stop it. Wow, I'm beating 113, 112. Seems a bit high. And if I take my hand off, what's it doing? Well, it's still making a reading. All right, that concerns me. It should drop out to 0 or just give you dashes, plus the fact that it's way up in the high hundreds, and I don't think, or the low hundreds. Anyway, I don't think I'm that high right now. Yeah, I'm not sure about the heart rate sensor as a result of that. Something you guys could check on your own as well. And you can pause it or here, and when you press on a long hold, it'll take you out of that mode, back into time, and then of course you go through all of the different functions directly. There's your sleep time from last night, your actual heart rate, And let's give a sample of the blood pressure. Let's hold it on that one. You know what? Let's do it right and put it on the wrist. It's supposed to actually be on your wrist, and you guys haven't seen what it would look like on. It's a nice thin watch. I've seen a lot of comments asking me, tell me what thin watches you have. I want a thin watch. They all seem to be really thick with big batteries. Well, yeah, that's true on the Android watches. But some of these fitness watches that you can get, they've got a nice profile, good and thin. And in particular, this Q8/Q9 line, yeah, I'm talking too much and moving too much, but you'd get your systolic and diastolic readings there. They're really well made. They're really nice. And the bands are removable and changeable. So you can do that too. I really don't know why we've got a little green sticker in here on this, unless there's a cover. Is there a cover over this? I don't know. Oh, look at this. I was prepping this one for Mrs. Tix, and I got the little green thing, and when I pull on this one, I notice it actually lifts a cover. Unfortunately, the little tab came off on the other one, and there's no hole where the heart rate thing is, so you have to take this off, folks, if you're going to get accurate data from your watch. Wow. Holes are there for charging, but this needs to come off. Very interesting. But obviously, it's something to remove, so it's been removed. And then off. Press and hold, and it should power down. It's a save battery. They run a long, long time on a charge. I mean, days on end. We've never had trouble with the battery running out on the original Q8. It just lasts forever. Really good watch. And the Q8 Advanced here now, and the Q9 or Q8 Professional, Advanced, Original. Now check out this little section of the app review on the Q9 because it actually applies as well to the Q8 Advanced. We're going to look at these two things in detail. Up here is where you put in your overall parameters. Now you notice it sets for male. Watch this. If I go into gender and I change it to female and I confirm it, it asks whether or not I want to set the female cycle function. I'm going to say yes. And look what it gets. It gets all these different things that you can choose your status. Are you preparing for pregnancy? In which case it's going to calculate your ovulation time. Are you already pregnant? Are you a mother? Do you want it to record your menstruation? Each of these options are different. If I choose this one, for example, I can get the period length, cycle length, date of last period that you put in here and hit save. Or if I go in here again, well, I guess it took that. Okay, we'll save it. Anyway, you can play with the other ones. I believe you get different options for each of those. So in this case, it's going to calculate the menstrual cycle, and it's going to base that on what you just put in as the active date. Now, I'm going to leave here because the rest of this you could set. I only set the gender, but of course you could give your own name and change all of these parameters, including your skin color that you can optionally set here. Whatever color conforms closest to your skin, you could set. And it'll take that to help improve the biometrics from the diode. Hit save. Now, I'm going to come back here to dashboard and watch what changed. Never seen this in an app before. There's your step count, your exercising, your sleep time, your heart rate, your blood pressure. And look, we have a new entry for female. Now, there's no data right now. Here we go. We're back to the status. So let's try preparing for pregnancy. You want to set it to preparing for pregnancy? Yes. And now you get that same page here. And you could set the date of your last period, I don't know, a couple of days ago. Hit save. And here we go. So it's giving you the pregnancy probability is less than 1%. So that's your safety factor. Depending on if you want safe or unsafe. Are you trying for a child or not? That information is there. And you can hide it, I guess, as well. So that plus your menstrual cycle days, all of that stuff is calculable within the app, and you put the data in on your own physiology. That's how you use this when it's set up for female. all available from Rundoing. The Rundoing Q8 Advanced 1.3-inch screen smartwatch fitness band. All the features you've seen. Check the show notes, like I mentioned, for a buying link to go over here and pick it up. Also in the show notes, look for the links to the original Q8 review of the, the Q8, the Q9 review of the H-band app. The Hey Band app you could also see with the review of the original Q8 watch, if you want to check that one out as well. A lot of things to look at, but all in all, it's a really, really nice professional watch. It's it's a beauty. All right, you've been watching Smartwatch Ticks. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for being here. Get away, get away. You're not in this one. You get in the next one. Thumbs up if you like the video. Heck, if you don't even like it, whatever you like, we appreciate your comeback, your acknowledgement for us, and of course your subscription. That way you get to know about more of these when they come out. I feel like the guy's spinning a plate, trying to keep them all on. All right, I'm having too much fun. I'll see you later.